This is how you get in the Forest Temple. But we're not done yet. Did you think we were done already? There's so many places we have not been at all. And now that we can warp back to that warp pad at any time, because that's what those things are, well, we can get a move on. Okay, I guess he's not going to come kill us. He usually charges right at me while I'm climbing the ladder, so I had no idea where he was, I guess. We want to go over here to the east side. Aha! Did you see him? There you are. You can't escape me, bucko. Oh. But as I was saying, Link looked like his goofy old self until Koizumi's wife said, Nintendo characters always look so goofy. Why don't you make him look handsome for once? So Koizumi modeled Link after an unknown celebrity. They wouldn't say who the celebrity was. Oh, there Kokiro goes again, bellowing out. But he didn't want to make Link look too handsome or cool, so he put the long underwear under the tunic. Because whenever a Nintendo designer designs something, they want to make them not too cool, so they're a little goofy and relatable, I guess. I mean, Mario does a bunch of cool actions, and he's not ugly or anything, but he's not a stud like Leonardo DiCaprio, who Link is definitely based on, because, I mean, we can't get a good close-up right now, but, like, look at his face, look at the hair, and also the fact, and thank you Digino Gaming for all of these tidbits right here, Titanic, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, was insanely popular in Japan, and had its worldwide debut in Tokyo, Japan, and, you know, this was going on while Ocarina was in development, so it's definitely Leonardo DiCaprio. They described the celebrity without naming him as someone who... Oh, we're going the wrong way. He was the heartthrob. You couldn't go anywhere without anyone talking about how handsome he was at the time. That's what they said in a later interview. Alright, we'll give Kokiro what he wants, because we're a good friend to Kokiro. Kohiro! Why? Normally only a nice guy like me can tame you. Which means... You must be a nice guy. Must be. You must be. Please, Mr. Nice Guy. Please. Deliver this stuff to the old hag in the potion shop in Kakariko Village. This will disappear if you take too long, so you gotta hurry. Okay. You got an odd mushroom! Item from A Link to the Past and Link's Awakening, I believe. A fresh mushroom like this is sure to spoil quickly. Take it to the Kakariko Potion Shop quickly. Also, I love this model. I love the way it looks. We got 3 minutes. If you use a warp song in any quest like this, then you're screwed. Because it will spoil. That's pretty much what happens. Alright. We gotta go. Pausing is just fine, I think. I don't know, it'd be kind of mean if it weren't okay to pause. We did ride Epona here, right? So I don't want to waste time. Yes, okay. Oh, we do have to turn Epona around, which kind of sucks, but... I honestly don't think I've ever failed this. I don't want to jinx myself, but... Epona makes this doable. It's... I don't know if it actually is doable without Epona. Because 3 minutes is strict. It pauses when you pause or when the game is loading. Which, you know, is nice and generous enough, I guess. But we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. We're almost a third of our way out of time. But we're also almost to Kakariko. So you know what? I think we'll be okay. I'll go ahead and tell you, since the game doesn't outright tell you. That is the Master Craftsman's son. The Kuko lady's brother. You know, his dad called him a lazy good-for-nothing. He's a troubled young man. It's been 7 years, so he left home, and now he's wandering around the forest. Now, I believe it's this quest that's supposed to imply that Granny in the potion shop is... Oh, yeah, we gotta go this way, because we can't grab a cuckoo to fly over as an adult. So we go to the back here, because this guy can't help us. We take it to the old hag, who is, I guess, supposed to be implied to be his mother, but that might only be a detail in the Legend of Zelda Encyclopedia, and a lot of people don't consider that canon. Monster Maze, again, great YouTube channel, has a video on whether the books are canon. He interviewed people who worked on it to ask about the involvement. Sniff, sniff, sniff! What a mysterious smell. You must have something. Okay, I don't know why it didn't work before. Oh, she's petting like a toad or something. Or is that a cat? A toad? What is that? That bum! He had to go into the forest. I see. Hey, give it to me now. Yes. Fade to black. What the hell is that thing she's petting? I've never noticed this before. If you see that fool, give this to him. It is the strongest medicine I've ever produced. However, this potion will not work on a monster. Why would we use it on a monster, ma'am? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say ma'am. Again, ever since I had a conversation about how I never say sir and ma'am, I've been saying it to video game characters. They say that there is no medicine that can cure a fool. I guess that's true. Okay, it's a tiger thing? That animation's pretty solid for the time, I'll say. She's just staring down at it. Ultimate potion. How about 100 rupees? No thanks. If you change your mind, come back and visit. I don't know. We couldn't do that earlier. Did we have to talk to her twice? Or did we have to do this quest first? We are not on a timer. This is the odd potis. I don't know that word outside of this game, so I'm not entirely sure. Sure, I guess we can go back this way. Why not? Ignore this guy completely and never talk to him again because he's practically pointless. Oh my god, I almost never drink water that fast. I want to warn you before you do this. Make sure you have the Deku Nut upgrade from the forest stage by using the Mask of Truth. If you want to 100% the game, you must do that before doing this next part of the trading quest. There is a glitch in the game that if you give him the odd poultice, you cannot get that upgrade. It is set to the same flag for whatever reason. It's not both ways, so you can still do the trading quest if you get the Deku Nut upgrade, but you can't get the Deku Nut upgrade ever in the game except in the 3DS remake. So all versions of the game have this problem. Even though it's just a Deku Nut upgrade, I wanted to warn you. Okay, I went ahead and Googled to make sure. Oh, a fairy? It's Fado! Do you remember us, Fado? That guy isn't here anymore. Anybody who comes into the forest will be lost. Everybody will become a Stalfos. Everybody? Stalfos. So, he's not here anymore. But that guy isn't here anymore. Anybody who comes into the forest will be lost. Everybody will become a Stalfos. Everybody. Stalfos. He's dead. Only his saw is left. Hee hee. That medicine is made of forest mushrooms. Give it back! You returned the odd potion and got the poacher's saw. The young punk guy must have left this behind. In an early version of his model, he had a mohawk. So, maybe that's why they call him a punk guy. Are you going to be too? What the hell, Fado? We used to be friends, you creep. That's all she says for the rest of the game. She's joyfully wondering if we are going to get lost in the forest permanently and die. Which, adults who go into the forest, get lost and die. We're just lucky, I guess. Alright, let's get out of here. So we went over Link's appearance. They went out and directly said that Ganondorf is based on actor Christopher Lambert. I have never seen him in anything and know nothing about him, but I'm going to assume that sign in there stays the same. But Ganondorf is said to be, according to Hyrule Historia concept art, I believe, 230 centimeters tall, which translates to 7.54593 inches. So he's a little over 7.5 inches tall. Epona, please? Thank you. But I have said before, this was originally going to be on the 64DD, the disk drive. Now, that's because it had more memory, discs did, so everybody was working on the DD. So many games were coming out exclusively for the DD and got canceled or moved to cartridge. This got moved to cartridge, obviously. Also, we can do that and just collect everything instantly, which is really satisfying. But also, oh yeah, that's right. That's why that fence is there, baby. I'm assuming. Oh god. I never noticed the trail is marked on the mini-map, but Miyamoto was so excited for all these features, like the thing I told you about the plants, how you'd plant a plant and it would grow in real time, and like based on the days, but they didn't have the memory for that. And Miyamoto really wanted the game to save Link's footprints, and it can't. Okay, you know what, Epona? Fine. We don't need you in Lake Hylia anyway, so we'll just go the stupid way. Okay, I guess it's over here? Did we ever go into Lake Hylia the normal way, now that I think about it? I'm not so sure that we did. Oh, well. Oh, this looks really good for some reason. I don't know, sometimes the graphics just shock me a little bit, even though the game is mostly ugly. And, like, that didn't look crazy impressive or anything. It just looked good, you know? I don't know, it didn't look blurry. Well, I mean, the whole game looks blurry, but I mean texture-wise. Oh, we get a shot of Lake Hylia because we haven't been here in 7 years. The lake is practically drained. But, Miyamoto had to give up on the saving Link's footprints idea. I do want to say, however, like, the reason that so many third-party companies abandoned Nintendo because they wouldn't move to disc, like Square, moved, you know, all their games. They were a huge third-party, thing, and then Final Fantasy VII came out on the PS1 and it was all over. The PS1 is 3 times slower, I found out today. Like, 3 times less impressive than the Nintendo 64. And, like, sure, memory was an issue, I guess, but if you could put this whole game on the 64, I think you could have handled, and plus, no load times at all. This is impressive. But, oh, actually, you know what? Let's check it out. We know that the water temple is here. So, well, this is interesting. The shortcut to Zora's domain is blocked off. I just find it odd. There are 2 very impressive games late in the Nintendo 64's life cycle that just make me so confused about this whole premise. Look. Now we can pretty much dive. But there's a gate. We still can't go into the water temple. What a shame. Oh, well. But also, the animations were too difficult to stream, they said, to keep it on the 64DD. So that's another reason they moved it to cartridge. But the move to cartridge was the reason the game got delayed by a full year. Because they had to change so much stuff. And they ended up chopping the animations down really late in development anyway, because people thought it wasn't smooth enough. Like, the gameplay wasn't fast enough. Also, remember this guy? Hey! Are you the fairy buddy I met a long time ago? Wow, you grew, dude. Well, here's your song. What? No, I never forget. You're the one who forgot, aren't you? If you have an ocarina, play that song, baby. So he did forget, I guess. Hey, it's the ocarina. Play that song with it, baby. Actually, it's a different song. What was it? Nope, that's not it. Play it like that, and you'll never move this scarecrow's heart, baby. Was it? Ah, okay. Our scarecrow song. Oh, yeah! You know, like, oh, yeah! I want to get away. I want to away. Rewarding us. I have a good idea. My buddy Pierre is wandering around, so play that tune when you want to call him. So wandering scarecrow is such a funny idea. I'll tell him to help you if he's nearby and hears that song, baby. Who came up with this idea? But we have just unlocked something with the Scarecrow song. If you do that as a kid, you get something completely optional opened up for us now. We can't access the fishing pond. We're screwed. But we can finally beat these guys up with a sword, satisfyingly. We already have a ton of rupees. And we don't have a way to access the bomb chew shop right now. We haven't found it in the adult world. But again, the game doesn't lock you out of anything. Forever, anyway. We can go talk to the lakeside scientist. See if he has anything to say here.
Hello there, son. I am researching the process of making medicine by mixing Lake Hylia's water with various unusual compounds. Perhaps you've met that old lady from the potion shop. She is like a student of mine.
No, he says nothing different, I don't think. In the 7 whole years, nothing different at all. Alright. This is what we really came for. This is what we wanted. Oh, wait. No. My bad. We're gonna wait for it to come back. I failed. We're supposed to get up there. That's how we get on the roof. Or is it? Can we... Ah, we can't hookshot on that roof, but Navi is pointing up there. What does that mean? It means... We've seen this a few times. Pierre shows up! That's right. This is already coming in handy. For a ton of optional spots, Pierre will show... What the hell? Gwei, get out of here. Thank you for the heart. What? The hookshot doesn't reach? So you need the bean plant anyway? Are you kidding? Alright, well, whatever. Let's climb up here and get our 7-year wait reward. Not that we even knew this was up here at the top. But of course, like most rewards in the game, it's a piece of heart. 3 pieces already. We are almost on the way to 12. That felt good. But you know what? If you'll notice, that was going to take us on a big old ride. Let's do it. Oh, nighttime makes it not as fun. I think this is the only important thing we can get here, but with the magic bean thing, I mean, the fishing pond is still open. He's wearing a hat now. While we stare at him some more, I'm going to look at my notes. Alright, I'm actually going to end the video here because I've been going for well over 2 hours. Probably 2.5 hours just for this video file, and fishing is going to take up quite a bit of time. So I do want to do that, but I really want to start doing smaller files. So I know I normally go between dungeons, but this is my second exception. We're just going to watch the itchy guy as I tell you the final facts about the 64DD transition. It wasn't the only reason that the game was delayed by 1 year. Nintendo also decided to prioritize Yoshi's story. Of all games, I think that's such a strange choice to prioritize over Ocarina of Time, but Yoshi's Story is a good game too, just not nearly as good as this. The team was very worried about cartridge space, but it ended up being 32 megabytes, I think megabytes, MB anyway, which was Nintendo's largest game ever at the time. It was a huge cartridge, like games used to be like 8 megabytes, megabits, whatever it is, 8 MB, and then slowly moved up. And 32 is pretty big, and I mean, if all of this can fit on it, ended up not being a problem, but to save space, kind of like they were going to do in Zelda 1 and make the dungeons just accessible with a menu and not have an overworld until they realized they could do an overworld. They had the space for it. We were just going to have a hub like Peach's Castle. I've seen 2 sources. Most of the time it says Ganon's Castle, was a hub like Peach's Castle where there were paintings and you would travel to different locations a la Mario 64 essentially. It would be just a Zelda version of the same game. I'm glad that changed. Obviously, Hyrule Field may be barren and boring, but I love it. But some sources say it was going to be Hyrule Castle that was the hub. We'll never really know, though. But that's it. I'm going to save. And we will start off next time staring at this fucking beautiful face and the new do. I'm LP Master 6.